super fast foiling racing machines.
This is just full action, high drama. Exhilarating, exciting, intimidating.
But it's really more like a spaceship than a sailboat.
The boat just jumps alive and it just takes off.
They can run away on you like a wild horse if you're not careful.
I never feel like this before.
The buzz is just, it's electrifying. It's serious adrenaline sailing.
This is a boat that'll bite you.
G-forces going through the boat is incredible.
It's a mix between being scared and a lot of thrill.
If you make an error, you're going to flip it over.
This is absolutely new territory.
Foiling around on an F50. Here we go, boys. Probably one of the coolest things in the world you'll do. Aim on.
It's been 10 years in the making. A high-performance, one-design catamaran that has more in common with a fighter jet than the traditional concept of a racing yacht. The F50 is the weapon of choice for Sail GP, a new racing series with 6 national teams competing across 5 iconic venues: Sydney, San Francisco, New York, Cowes and Marseille. Broadcast live to a global audience. At stake, the honour of winning the season-ending match race final and the crown as first ever Sail GP champions. Sir Russell Coutts is Sail GP's CEO, Multi-America's Cup winner and driving force behind the introduction of the foiling concept to catamaran racing. Foils are carbon fibre elements that generate lift and for high-performance catamarans have literally taken racing to a whole new level.
The foiling catamarans have redefined sailing. These F50 catamarans, they would beat the 115-foot boats that raced in the America's Cup back in 2010. They'd almost be going twice the speed.
Well, I think foiling is the biggest change in our sport, certainly in the last 30 years. It's really a quantum leap in the performance of a sailboat, and it's amazing how fast the wind can make these boats go. They're going 3 and 4 times the speed of the wind, which is a really hard concept for the average person to understand. It's just how do you go faster than the wind?
We've got foils in the water, we've got foil up in the air, so the wing sail is a super efficient airfoil, essentially. The whole goal is to keep the boat ripping. Once you get going and all that drag on the hull is reduced and you're up foiling, and then you've got the wing sail in the air, you know, it's a pretty efficient setup.
Now it's a different game because we're sailors, but also we're pilots. And you're flying in 30 centimeters of water. If you go above, you crash. If you go below, you're slow. So it's a fine line.
It's game time. Sydney, Australia, and the season opener for the Sail GP fleet.
What a sight. 6 boats sweeping across Sydney Harbour.
At every event location, the teams compete in a series of fleet races with the top 2 progressing through to a match race final.
Coming up. Let's race. These boats are designed to fly. And again, very, very close.
Jump.
It is the Australians this time around who are heading to the finish line in front.
Tom Slingsby's Australia, exploiting home advantage, cruise into the season's first match race final. Their opponents, Nathan Outridge's Japan.
Nice work there, guys.
And then there were 2. It's something of a shootout for glory between Australia and Japan. Straight up on the foils. So first blood to Tom Slingsby yet again, and the Australians rounding the mark at high speed. Really isn't anything between them at the moment. That competitive fire driving them forwards. Japan with it all to do. Tom Slingsby, his fairy tale is complete, and fittingly, the colours of this inaugural Sail GP in Sydney are green and gold.
We have our very first Sydney Sail GP champions, Australia Sail GP team.